Chuvalo's corner as we are ready to come up to round 11. And the crowd is literally on the edges of the seats. All 19,000 of them. Standees are up on their toes. It's round 11 of a 12-rounder.
If Floyd can keep the same pace, keep cool, he'll win the bout.
They'll both be pretty tired tomorrow, won't they, champ?
Well, I believe so. I usually am when it goes this long. But this fight is a great help to boxing. It didn't end in one round.
That's right.
I believe Floyd would beat Sonny Liston fighting like this. Chuvalo might try anything now. Only a couple of rounds left. 2 rounds.
Patterson was tagged a smashing left hook.
Yes, he was. Both boys landed with that left.
Which is not to take anything from Patterson, who's fought a tremendous fight, as has Chuvalo. They're in Patterson's corner now, or were.
Really pulling out now. He's way ahead. He knows it, too. He's really confident.
There have been no knockdowns.
Beautiful. I believe he shook Chuvalo.
The bell ending round 11. It's been a dandy fight. There's no question about that. And we're going to come up now to the 12th and final round. Any predictions now, champ?
Well, I predict that Floyd should win this fight and will be the next contender for me after I finish with Mr. Sonny Liston. This was a good round. Floyd Patterson won it easy. If he keep the distance and just do good this round, he'll win the fight easy on points.
Zach Clayton, the referee, went to each corner to tell them that the final round is coming up. There have been no knockdowns. Each has taken the best punches the other could throw. Twelfth and final round. Referee Zach Clayton will have them touch gloves. Chuvalo, the black trunks, Patterson in white. There have been no knockdowns. half over. The fight is drawing to a close. Before he threw that punch. Less than a minute to go. Crowd is starting to applaud. Seconds left, 30 seconds. Now, apparently there will be no knockout. Time is running out. Almost over. Between them. Listen to the crowd.
Well, as you see, this fight was a beautiful fight. Floyd Patterson surprised me. He won it. I guess he's the next man for me. As soon as I finish Lister, a great fighter. Floyd, he's shaking everybody's hand. I hope he come over here and shake mine. Beautiful fight. I'm really surprised Floyd is ready. I understand he was watching films of Sonny Liston and I, and if you notice his ducking and his dancing and his moving and backing, it was identically the way it was when I fought Liston. Beautiful fight. I'm really surprised, and I bet on the wrong man.
We'll have the decision on this fight in just a moment.
The commissioners are looking at the cards now. I'm sure there's no doubt about who won. Everyone, plus the referee, should have voted for Patterson. I know I would. It was easy to see that Floyd Patterson is the winner. Now he should have a crack at my title. And I'm sure the fans out there would love to see Johnny Addy now taking the judge's slips. Beautiful fight, Floyd Patterson. Beautiful fight. Now we must hear the decision. Beautiful.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's the decision. Referee Zach Clayton scores it 6-5, 1 even for Patterson.
One vote for Patterson by the referee.
Judge Tony Castellano, 7-5, favor of Patterson.
Patterson is the winner.
The other judge, Joe Armstrong, 8-4, Patterson.
Patterson by unanimous decision. Floyd Patterson by unanimous decision. Half the crowd likes it and the other half doesn't. Trying to get started here when the current champ gets through. Floyd Floyd, I guess it wasn't nearly as rough with Chuvalo as it was with Clay, was it?
Well, in my honest opinion, Chuvalo, I had trained to fight him this type of a fight, to be aggressive. And as you can see, every time I pressed and tried to be aggressive, that was the only time that I really got hit with some stinging shots.
Well, Floyd,
I did learn that fighting Chuvalo, this type of fight, I cannot beat him.
Well, Floyd, in the excitement, I forgot to congratulate you. I thought it was one of your finest fights because it had been so long since you went more than 6 rounds. How did it feel to you?
Well, because of Chuvalo's constantly pressing me, throwing punches, throwing legal punches in the clinches, I was unable to...
Did you say illegal?
No, legal.
Oh, legal, I'm sorry.
Legal punches. I was unable to cope with his strength, so therefore I decided to box him.
All right, now I guess the usual question, what about your plan? Would you like to, of course you'd like to fight Muhammad Ali, Cassius Clay, the heavyweight champion, wouldn't you?
Well, my main goal is to fight Cassius Clay, and if I am successful, then I would fight Sonny Liston and then retire.
Well, Mr. Clay says you're going to get a title shot, and good luck to you, Floyd. I know you're tired. It was a rough fight. How about Chuvalo? What kind of a person is he?
Well, although I know Mr. Chuvalo feels very, very badly, I can honestly say that he gained a tremendous amount of fans tonight, perhaps more than I, because of his constant power, constant pressing, and I was unable to cope with his strength.
One more thing, Floyd. I think it's a tremendous tribute to both of you that you packed this garden. Thank you and good luck.
Thank you. Can I take a fairly good punch now? My chin is not so challenged now.
you take a dandy punch. You took some real good ones. Good luck to you, Floyd. Thank you. And now here's the champ for his comments.
Go ahead. Fluyd Patterson has proved his worth. He will get a shot at me as soon as I can get Sonny Liston out of the way. He put up a good show, a beautiful fight. He surprised me. He beat Chuvalo, which is a tough fighter, who recently beat Doug Jones. He is really a tough fighter. I must give him his credit. He fought a beautiful fight, and I'm afraid I'm going to have to go to training camp and get there early. Everybody's taking pictures. I know Fluyd Patterson is happy. He's been down so much, and now he's back on top. And I'm sure the fans are surprised. Everybody got their money's worth, and I got my money's worth.
Champ, how do you feel about being a boxing commentator?
Well, this is rather tough, Don. I believe I'll stick to boxing. I don't like to talk so much. You have to talk too much when you're working on these things.
Well, there it is. And we'll be right back with Rocky Marciano, with Floyd Patterson, and Milton Gross in just a moment. Well, the nice thing about this is we've just seen the fight, and now we're going to talk about it with some pretty important people. First of all, from Brockton, Massachusetts, as you know, the only man ever to retire undefeated as heavyweight champion of the world, Rocky Marciano. Floyd Patterson, of course, very important to this fight and our discussion in general, and a man who knows both of them very well. He wrote books about both of them. Milton Gross of the New York Post, writing a biography of Rocky Marciano, I Fought All the Way, and of Floyd Patterson, Victory Over Myself. So to get it started, Floyd, you're usually rating yourself against the perfect Floyd Patterson. And I wonder how you rate yourself in this fight against George Shuvalo.
Well, I thought that I fought a very smart fight, outside the fact that I stayed in close too much and let myself get pinned against the ropes too much. Other than that, I thought I fought a very smart fight. But in my opinion, in the future, if my opponent, George Shuvalo, should get a little more experience in boxing, and should learn how to throw combinations with everything else, in my opinion, he will make a very, very good fight in the future.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, this is the first that I've seen the film, and I'm more impressed now with Chuvalo's determination than I was in the actual fight. I didn't know he was that determined and aggressive.
Were you impressed at all with Floyd Patterson?
Oh, yes. I was impressed I was able to beat such a man as George Shuvalo, yes.
Floyd, we know now that you fought the fight with a bad hand.
Why did you do it? Well, Milton, I have something to say about that. Actually, I hurt my hand down in Puerto Rico in December. I had my doctor, Dr. Michael Blatt, fly down to Puerto Rico a week before the fight, take x-rays of the hand, and he gave me some kind of treatment. I forget the name of it. And I was able to fight the fight in Puerto Rico, and the hand was slightly injured there.
How is the hand now? The hand is all right now, is it?
Yes, the commissioned doctors, they've already x-rayed it again and looked at it, and they all find it in very good condition now. Judging from the fight, as you can see, it didn't look like anything was wrong with the hand in the actual fight, because I used my left more than the right.
Well, that speaks well for Floyd Patterson's determination, too.
Yeah.
Floyd, Chuvalo said after the fight that Zach Clayton, the referee, was continually breaking up the clinches and preventing him from fighting his kind of fight. What's your comment on that?
Well, I do not wish to discredit my opponent, Chuvalo, to any degree, because I have a tremendous amount of admiration for him now. However, I will say that Zach Clayton, the referee, did do the right thing in breaking the clinches. After the fight, the only injuries that I had after the fight was 2 blood vessels in the back on each side, in which I'm being treated for right now. And I would say that the referee broke the clinches, because my opponent, Chuvalo, which was partially my fault, whenever he would throw a punch to the midsection, I would switch to the side. So I would say it was partially my fault also. And I think that's the reason why the referee continuously broke the clinches.
Rocky, you and Chuvalo have been compared as far as styles go. Is that true about that style?
Yes, we have a similar style. In fact, I noticed throughout the fight that Chuvalo stayed very much to the body. A lot of people probably wondering why he did just that. I think the reason for it are because Floyd is so fast in there that you have to hit him to the body first to sort of find him, to sort of try to hurt him and bring his guard down. Punches to the head early in the fight can make you look very bad when you miss. And I think Chuvalo did just that, hitting to the body, trying to weaken Floyd around the middle, eventually hoping that the guard would come down and then shoot to the head. I think he started a bit too late throwing for the head. I do think, though, that it was a wise fight on his part to stay with the body, a less formidable, an opponent like Floyd, who was so determined and so strong and so conditioned, just took everything he had, but there are not too many of those around, and other fights, fighting another man, it would have been a good fight for him.
Hilton?
Floyd, you've been fighting now for some 13 years as a pro, 15 years in all. How much further do you intend to go on?
Well, my main goal is to get another chance with Sonny Liston. Of course, at this point, I still don't feel that I deserve another chance with him. I wouldn't even pay to see it myself. I feel that if I got the chance to fight Cassius Clay, and I was successful with him, well, then I would be deserving a chance to fight Sonny Liston again. But of course, at this point, Clay would have to fight Liston and beat Liston again.
And this may take a little more time, certainly another year, I would think, perhaps more. And in all these years, you've paid a price for this. You've paid a price in isolation, in seclusion, in being away from your children, your family. Is the price worth it that you have paid?
Well, Milton, let me put it this way. If I had it all to do over again, which includes all the defeats, I would do it.
There haven't been many defeats, Lloyd.
Well, not many, but when there was, there really was.
So the price was worth it, then?
Yes.
Rocky, you retired for similar reasons, family. Would you say boxing's worth the price?
Boxing certainly is worth the price if you give it everything you've got. I gave it 8 years of complete effort. Just like Floyd here, I was at a camp 90% of the time. I was fortunate in that I kept very active. I was fortunate in that I was able to continue to win and wrap up an 8-year career. I feel certain that it was well worth the 8 years I put into it.
Now, where does boxing go from here now, Floyd? There are people who've said In effect, that a week ago, when you fought this fight against Chuvalo, you virtually saved boxing. You put it back on its feet. Do you think boxing is back on its feet again?
Well, I don't actually feel that I actually saved boxing. I think eventually boxing would get back on its feet itself. I just feel that I more or less gave it a boost. That's all.
Now, how much of a boost do you think you've given to yourself?
Well, I think I have moved another notch up. I think now that I beat Chuvalo convincingly, that I more or less really deserve a chance with Mr. Clay now. Of course, if he's successful with Sonny Liston.
If Liston beats Clay, then what?
If Liston beats Clay, I would want to fight Clay anyway. Because regardless of how you look at it, I would have to go through Clay in order to get to Liston.
And then you feel that you'll be ready for Sonny this time?
Yes.
You would pay your way in to see that fight?
That one I would, if I was successful with Clay, yes.
Pay more than a penny.
I think a Floyd Patterson Cassius Clay fight would be a real great match. I have heard people all over the world right now talk about that fight. It just looks like it's the best match possible.
Cassius said during the fight there, Rocky, that you could have knocked Floyd or George Chuvalo out in one round.
We don't like to talk about those things. A young, good-conditioned fellow like Floyd Patterson is too unpredictable.
Well, gentlemen, I'd like to thank you very much for being here. Milton Gross, thank you. New York Post syndicated columnist, Rocky Marciano, and, of course, Floyd Patterson, and we wish you the best of luck, Floyd.
I'd like to say, if you don't mind,
not at all.
Thank you to all of my friends up in Marlboro for giving me their support and coming down to the fight.
And thank you for a fine fight.